welcome to another episode of Growing Kentucky's Leaders. I'm your host, Sheldon McKinney, and we have a great surprise today because Kentucky, we're currently in this partnership with Texas Roadhouse. We're the beneficiary of their gift card program for the third quarter of 2025. I think we're all probably really familiar with the great food at Texas Roadhouse, but maybe not about how special the company is, that it's a Kentucky company, and so many things. So I wanted to give them the opportunity to tell you more. And today we have with us Bethanie Cantrell. She's a Kentucky FFA alum who is the Compensation and Stock Analyst with Texas Roadhouse. We have so much to learn about that and what your role entails. But Bethanie, welcome to our show. We're so happy to hear from you.
Thank you for having me. Very excited to be here. There's a lot of similarities between Texas Roadhouse and FFA that I've found throughout both experiences. So happy to be here.
Well, great. Well, let's start a little bit about from your beginning. And you tell us, about your FFA experience and maybe how it shaped your career path and what has that looked like?
I actually started in FFA my freshman year of high school, of course. I'm from Owensboro, Kentucky originally, and I was a part of the Apollo FFA chapter. I was a little different. I didn't grow up on a farm. I didn't, have that experience. I wish I did in hindsight, but I did not. And just through friends, I ended up becoming a part of FFA, and I'm so glad I did. It was amazing. It was secretary first for our chapter, and then I became our president. I was the second female president at our school, so I was very excited to do that. But it was a wonderful experience for me and my career. I mean, FFA taught me so many things. It taught me, how to give speeches, how to prepare, how to set goals, how to know how to rely on a team, all of those things. So I feel like FFA was the foundation of anybody's career, regardless if you're in the industry or not. I've found that I have gained so much from my experience as an FFA member. So
yeah. And then what did you want to be when you were graduating from Apollo High School? What were you thinking at that time?
Well, when I graduated, I went to Murray State. I was an ag business major with a minor in safety. And I thought I was going to work somewhere in the ag industry. And I just thought that was the course I was on. And crazy enough, it didn't work out that way. I ended up working in insurance when I graduated from college. And then I, kept in touch with a lot of my friends and that are in the ag industry or teachers here in the state of Kentucky and whatnot. But it just ended up not being the path for me. And then I moved to Louisville from Nashville after college, and I worked in insurance again. And then a job became open at Texas Roadhouse, and I'd heard such great things about the company and wanted to work here. So I worked in insurance for Texas Roadhouse for 8 years. And then recently, almost 3 years ago, moved over to our compensation team. And I help run our stock program. And we also determine compensation for our employees here at our support center, as well as we help guide compensation in our field.
Yeah, that's a testament to you just kind of follow the path before you, and your FFA skills have been transferable in so many interesting spaces.
They truly have. And I've told my nieces, nephews, friends, kids, I'm like, even if you don't think you're going to have an agriculture career, it's still a great organization to be a part of. They will teach you so many things that will transfer throughout your life. As I said, you just got to give it a chance. So
yeah. And we're glad you did, because we're happy that former Blue Jackets work at Texas Roadhouse here in Kentucky.
Yes.
The name Texas Roadhouse is a little bit deceiving because it didn't originate in Texas. Yeah. No. So tell us about this incredible story, your origin story.
Yes. It did not originate in Texas. Funny thing is when we first started, we had a Texas Roadhouse or Texas address that you could send mail to, because people were a little like, why, how come it's Texas, but it's not? We had a Dallas P.O. box address that you could send
Okay.
comments and stuff to. But our founder, Kent Taylor, he was raised here in Louisville, Kentucky, went to school here at one of JCPS's schools. He graduated from Ballard High School, and his uncle was in the entertainment hospitality industry. So he had lots of jobs, and he had this idea of wanting to have his own restaurant. And, oddly enough, persistence is one of the things FFA had also taught me. But Kent was probably turned down over 80 times by investors to get Texas Roadhouse started. But he finally got three investors from Elizabethtown, Kentucky. They were doctors, and they all gave $100,000 for him to open his first Texas Roadhouse. And oddly enough, the first Texas Roadhouse was opened in Clarksville, Indiana, across the river from Louisville. And it's still in the same place. It's in the Green Tree Mall. It has two things on the menu that are no other stores have, and that is queso and nachos. Because at first they had kind of a Tex-Mex vibe, but then they got rid of it. But except those, because they loved it. But we opened our first store on February 17th of 1993, and then we became publicly traded on October 5th of 2004. So yeah, it was.
So that's 11 years. Like maybe share some
Mhm.
numbers with us. How many Texas Roadhouses are there how many employees
Yes.
do you have? What are some of those things?
Yeah, we have three brands now. We have Texas Roadhouse, Bubba's 33, and Jaggers. So Texas Roadhouse, of course, is our steakhouse, and we have 730 of them currently. 634 are company owned, and then we have 36 domestic franchises, and then we have 60 stores internationally. Yes, Texas Roadhouse is in 49 states, everywhere but Hawaii. And then we are also in 11 countries and one territory. We're in Guam as well. So
No idea.
yeah, it's crazy because I didn't think that either. But I now find it shocking when people say, "Oh, I've never been to a Texas Roadhouse." I'm like, "What do you mean you've never been to a Texas Roadhouse? Let me find one close to you so I can tell you where to go." But we also have 52 Bubba's 33. They're all corporate owned, and they're all in the US. We don't have any international yet. And Bubba's 33, if you haven't been to one, it is like Texas Roadhouse, all made from scratch food, and that they have pizza. It's more of a sports entertainment atmosphere, lots of big TVs, great place to watch your games and whatnot. But again, made from scratch food. And we just opened one here in Louisville. So when you all come for state convention and different items or fair and whatnot, definitely stop by. And then we have 14 Jaggers, 9 are company owned, and then 3 are franchised, and then 1 is international. We do have some on the one that's international is on one of our military bases. So that was great to be able to share that with our veterans, or not veterans, our active military and whatnot.
Yeah.
But Jaggers is that we have 4 of those here in the area of Louisville, and it's made from scratch burgers. The burgers are pattied out. They have burgers, chicken fingers, salads. It's a fast food. You can get it. It's really great milkshakes. I can't say enough good things about it. So we've actually expanded so much since I even started. So I started in 2014, and that the year before was when we opened our first Bubba's, and then we opened our first Jaggers then. So it's been great.
Yeah, it has been great. And I love going to Texas Roadhouse. You got to get on
Yeah.
that wait list, every
Yes, definitely call ahead.
um I have someone who tells me all the time that the most busy Texas Roadhouse is one in Kentucky. I don't know if that's true or not, but do you know that for sure?
I know there used to be one that was in Kentucky, but it depends on what we're looking at. Are you looking at like the number of guests that we serve or the amount of sales that we're making, the wait times? There's all different things. I will say, I know it stinks that there's always a wait because nobody likes to wait, but we have great customer base and they do wait because they know the quality and the service that they're going to get is worth it. But just do the call ahead seating. But it's hard to determine which one's the busiest. If we go by sales, there was one in California last year that had the most sales. So,
Well, what do you know? So I just think that that is so interesting that right here in Kentucky, you all are still headquartered in Kentucky, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. I think that's so special that this huge international company that is so big,
Yeah.
Kentucky founder, tons of Kentucky employees, and you're still making all those decisions right here in Louisville. It's pretty
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah. What makes Texas Roadhouse a really great company to work for?
I mean, for me personally, I've worked for companies that are very corporate and Kent did not like the word corporate. That's why we are a support center. We support our stores. We don't tell them what to do. Our managing partners, which is like the owner slash manager of the store, they do buy in. So they pay to be a manager of the store. So they have money in the game, skin in the game. So they we're there to support them. And working for Texas Roadhouse, it truly is a family affair. Some of my best friends I've met here, babies, family events, whatnot. I mean, you're not just a worker. Kent has always said, we're a people company that happens to serve steaks. And that really is the truth. He cared a lot about his people, and we still try to continue that on.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
special. Support Kentucky FFA and enter to win a 2025 John Deere Gator XUV 590M, complete with power steering, alloy wheels, a roof, doors, and a dump bed, donated by our friends at Wright Implement. Only 500 tickets will be sold at $100 each, and all proceeds directly benefit FFA members from across Kentucky. The winning ticket will be drawn live during our Blue and Gold Gala on September 6th at Churchill Downs. You do not have to be present to win, but we would love to have you. Get your ticket today at kyffa.org and help grow the next generation of agriculture leaders.
Yes.
Let's talk about your gift card program.
Hmm.
If folks right now, if they go to Texas Roadhouse to your website, they can buy a gift card. Make sure you choose the one that has the Kentucky FFA logo. But for the third quarter of the year, so July, August, September, 10% of those gift card sales are going to come back to Kentucky FFA and to support our
Yes.
members. So why is giving back important to you all? And why do you choose to give back this way?
Um, it's crazy. I feel like FFA and what FFA stands for and the leaders that they're growing affects our company so much. I mean, we're a food company. We need you guys. We need everyone that's involved in the industry for that. But giving back this way is one way that we can help. And I feel that, if you go out, think about it. It's only, you can buy them through September, but go ahead and buy them for Christmas. Give them out or buy them if you're a teacher, buy them for your awards at the end of the year. Just think ahead. These are gifts that keep on giving, is my theory, and it's going to give back to, it helps us get our name out there, of course, but it also helps get your name out there because a server that doesn't know what FFA is may ask, and they're a high school student and they may find their FFA at their school. So I just love it because it's a co-branded gift card, gets people to ask questions. I was talking to my boss about this interview, and he's born and raised in Louisville, and he didn't know what FFA was. So I had a whole conversation with him this morning about how it developed me and made me into the person that I am. So I think being able to give back to an organization that's helping us is the best part about it.
Mm, that is great. You all also sponsor the concert series at the Kentucky State Fair.
Yes.
And we have a big presence at the Kentucky State Fair. You know, all those
Oh, yeah.
exhibits and entries and animals, most of them are FFA members who are exhibiting. Um, we want those folks to feel inspired to give to Kentucky FFA.
Mhm.
But, you know, the State Fair is right down the road from your office. What
Mhm.
that partnership meant to you guys?
Um, I think it just means a lot. I mean, we have, people in Kentucky that have never been to Texas Roadhouse, believe it or not. We have several, but I mean, it gives us that opportunity to get out there and also to be thankful for, what the state fair and the people involved in the state fair and FFA give back to us. These are the people in our communities, our managers of our stores and stuff have kids that are FFA members, and it gives them opportunities to get out and see what their people are doing as well. And I just, Kent said in his book that for him, that once I'm going to find this quote because I don't want to say it wrong. I apologize. But he said, once you start to make money, be sure to give back because you can give back without giving money, of course, but obviously you can donate your time, you can donate whatever, but being able to give back, it does something inside for me. Like I'm a big proponent of philanthropy, and I feel that it makes you whole as a person. But as for our company, we are very big on giving back regardless. Each department has an outreach fund. I'm actually on our corporate giving committee that we reach out. Each store, usually we tell them they're the mayor of their community to get out there and find ways to give back. You see all the time different things where people dying to donate or different things. So philanthropy is very big here. So
That's great. You know, though you're not directly working in agriculture, food is
mhm.
agriculture. You're serving
Oh
agricultural
yeah.
products all day, you know, especially the beef
Mhm.
industry and so many other
Yes.
menu items at Texas Roadhouse. What would you say to young FFA members who are maybe thinking about career paths and have no idea what opportunities are out there in this part of the industry? I don't know, what are you looking for if you're hiring young people to come and work for Texas Roadhouse?
Well, I will say our founder, he said he wanted people that were enthusiastic and energetic and willing to learn because anybody's teachable. You can teach them a skill. Even if you want to be a work in a restaurant and you don't think you're 16, 17, you think, oh, I might want to do this. Most of the people that started in restaurants and now run our restaurants didn't think that was going to be their career, but it is a lucrative career for them now. But I would say if you wanted to get into the restaurant industry, whether in a store or at the corporate, or excuse me, the support center level, then just make sure that you're willing to learn. Be open, develop yourself, and be ready for what's next. Development is a very strong thing here at Texas Roadhouse. We don't have a lot of movement here at our support center. People love to work here, so people don't like to leave that often. So, but just be ready for what's going to come next. If you don't know this is something that you want to do, find a mentor, find somebody that's going to help you um, get a view as to what might be something you're interested in. Just call somebody. The worst thing somebody's going to say is no. And you just move on like our founder did until you find the person that's going to say yes to help
Yeah.
you. So,
That's right. And you're so right about being enthusiastic and engaging. You know, I would say that if you start working at Texas Roadhouse in the kitchen or as a busboy, or I don't even know if that's not the right word to call someone who
we call them server assistants now.
server assistants. You're not happily doing that job and you're aggravating to work with, you're probably not going to go get to do the next job. But someone
Yeah.
who succeeds in whatever they're doing and they're a pleasure to be around and happy to do the work, that's a
Yeah.
skill that takes you far in life.
100%.
Yeah. So, Bethany, we always end the podcast with the same three questions to our
Okay.
folks. But, you know, the first I have for you is just what keeps you motivated as a leader? in your life and career?
Well, for me, there's so many things that, I mean, I guess the opportunity to see someone else succeed, I love that. I love watching someone grow and learn a new skill. I mean, I literally was in insurance for 16 years and said, I'm going to try something new. And it's scary, but having like I said, a mentor, someone that you can lean on, get advice, learn to take tough advice. I mean, sometimes it's hard to hear it, but it's something you need to hear. But it's great. Find people that are not going to always sugarcoat it for you, so you can know what you truly need to work on. But I've also found that being motivating, and what motivates me to be a good leader is knowing that if I'm a good leader, people trust me and they depend on me and they know that I'm going to get it done. Um, I have a wonderful team that I work with. And, here at Texas Roadhouse, it's so different because like our leaders, our C-suite, our president, Jerry, he plays on our softball team. Like it's not I never get to speak to him. Like he knows me. I see him. He gives me a hug. Like it's not just like, hey, real stiff or not. It is a family. It truly is. So
Yeah. Yeah, it's clear. People really do love working for Texas Roadhouse.
I know it is crazy. I tease people. My husband's like, it's kind of a cult. I said, but it's a good cult.
Yeah. Well,
I was like,
it's the same for FFA too, but
I
it's good.
know
It's
it
positive.
is. It's so positive.
Yeah. So, we've talked a little bit about philanthropy and the many ways that
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse partners with things. What's for you? What is one of the most meaningful ways you've gotten to engage in philanthropy?
For me, I head up our polar plunge team here at Texas Roadhouse. This year will be, well, in February, will be our 8th year. We started out a little slow, but now it's going good. We've raised over $180,000 in the past 7 years. So I'm definitely excited about that. The Special Olympics has a special place in my heart. I have several friends that have children involved in Special Olympics, and the I get to attitude that those athletes have just has such a place in my heart. They remind me I'll be having a day and I just say, and then I'm like, no, I get to do this. Not everybody gets to do this. So they motivate me. So for me, Special Olympics is my favorite way to give back. I participate sometimes in their summer games and help and volunteer that way. We also, as a company, we are a 24-year partner with Special Olympics, and we have a golf tournament every year, and we've raised almost $3 million for them throughout the years for that. But I've made several friends, like I said, with the athletes and the people, volunteers with Special Olympics. So that's my favorite thing. I love it. I said, you can do anything for a few seconds to raise some money.
So tell us what the polar plunge is for folks who may.
Okay. For the polar plunge, it is a little different now. Now, if we were still having to jump in the Ohio River, I may not do it, just to be completely honest with you. But the Special Olympics set up a pool and it's freezing cold. The fire department comes and fills it up. It's in February, and sometimes there's ice on it and they have to break it, and then you jump in and then you jump right back out. But you are taking a polar plunge. And another thing I'll say is, again, from the top down involved, I've had our president, our CEO, our chief communications officer, our chief legal officer, one of our board members jumped last year, just getting people involved. Plus, you get people across the company that you don't know that come out and get involved in different way to meet people. So I love it.
Fun. That's a fun way to
So
raise some money for a great cause. But now, I mean, people
Yeah.
are plunging all the time, so they should all be
Yeah. I
speaking.
know. It was really funny. We had a meeting with one of our board members, and he was talking about how he does a cold plunge uh, once a week. And I said, "Oh," and everybody's eyes just darted right at me. I was like, "So you want to do the polar plunge this year?" They all know that I'm serious when it comes. And I'm
Uh-huh.
like, I don't miss out when someone says they're going to donate money or they're going to participate. So I'll remember it. So
That's right. You should work in philanthropy. So, Bethany, this is a kind of a silly question. This could be anything. Our guest answers have ranged from just tons of off the wall stuff. But what is something that you cannot stop talking about right now?
honestly, I know this is going to sound silly, but I really can't stop talking about how much I love my job. My friends and family are like, "You're crazy." Like, most of my clothes have a Texas Roadhouse logo. I'm sure yours are the same way with the FFA logo. But I mean, they have some sort of logo. Once a day, somebody says, if I have a logo on, "Do you have any rolls in your car?" And I'm like, "I wish I did. I wish I had an oven that I could just have those rolls all the time." But just the love for our company. And it's kind of crazy because it makes me think about how much FFA and Texas Roadhouse were the same. When I was in high school, I had those mentors. I had Mr. Story and Mr. Morgan and then Mr. Tucker that, and their wives that guided me and showed me and taught me and all of those things. And it was a family, we fought like a family, we loved like a family. And then now here at Roadhouse, it's the same way. So the connection between the two is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Our president also, he was raised in Florida, Jerry Morgan, and he was an FFA.
Okay.
And I told him one day, I said, "Well, I was president of my FFA." I said, "So we're both presidents."
Yeah.
So,
That's
but
wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah.
so he understands.
That's great. I mean, this you and your company president, you're a testament to the
Yeah.
FFA leadership. It goes with you throughout life. And what a wonderful thing that you have found community and mentorship and maybe a
Hmm.
purpose in a company. That's what people dream of getting to do. So,
Oh, yeah.
John, I've got a couple more questions for you, specific to
Okay.
Texas Roadhouse.
Okay.
What is your go-to order when you go?
Oh, normally I get the Dallas filet, 6 ounce Dallas filet, medium rare, a house salad, add bacon bits with ranch, sometimes Italian dressing. Both of them on the salad at the same time are really good. And then usually a loaded baked potato.
Okay.
But I will tell you, I did get to try when you start here, you get to go to a tasting at a store and they make all the different foods. The or chicken fried chicken. Oh my God, it is so good with the white gravy.
All
Definitely
right.
put that's a go between. So
Next question. Is there a limit of baskets of rolls you are allowed to bring to a table?
no. And they're so good. I love the rolls. You
Okay.
would hate to know how many calories are in there, and I'm not going to say it. So,
Don't tell us. Well, I'll tell you, sadly, I'm gluten free. I have been for a
oh,
long time, and so I don't really ever have like rolls for dinner at my house. I just
yeah.
cook that way because I can't have it. So when we go to Texas Roadhouse, my kids
Oh, yeah.
they can eat. They're like, "Have you ever had a roll before? Like, do you know how good?"
They
And they
really are good.
baskets of rolls. So yeah,
And
well,
it's really funny because, we have specs on our rows. Like they're supposed to be like a certain way. And like our food team will ask people periodically, "How have your rolls been? Have you had any?" They're on it.
yeah,
So,
that's great. Well, Bethany, thank you so much for joining us. I've learned a lot from this conversation. I know our listeners will. I hope we'll put this in the show notes, the link, but everyone
mhm.
should buy Texas Roadhouse gift cards for Christmas before September.
Yes,
Make
a
sure
100%.
they logo and yeah, and you all just can continue to support Kentucky FFA members who may one day, be in your role at Texas Roadhouse.
Exactly. Well,
Yeah,
we love the FFA. I know I do. I still follow my FFA chapter online
that's right.
and try to give back. We have mutual friends in FFA, and I try to support their chapters and anything that I can do to help them out. So
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Bethany, and
thank
thank you all
you.
for joining us on this episode of Growing Kentucky's Leaders. Growing Kentucky's Leaders is a podcast brought to you by the Kentucky FFA Foundation. Our music is performed by Bourbon County FFA member Joe Fritch. Artwork is by Julie Fritch Creative. Your hosts are Sheldon McKinney and Ruth Ann Fink, and you can find us on all social platforms at Kentucky FFA.